Remember, I was charged to make a hit. So it was an album cut, which was not acceptable in the frame of mind that I was in. So I went home and I played this little thing, and the chord changes of China Girl resemble a Rufus song called Sweet Thing, right? And I played it. I didn't know it until I started playing it. I went, wait a minute, what does this remind me of? And it reminds me of Rufus's Sweet Thing. And I know I probably shouldn't jump to the guitar this quickly, but this will just give you. So I don't remember what key China Girl is in or Sweet Thing, but I'll just. So if China Girl went. If it did something like that, Sweet Thing went. And Sweet Thing would go. And I went, holy shit, the intro with the Sweet Thing went. Sorry. And I went. So anyway, so I did this whole little thing, and so I was all like, I was now like, I got it. It's the hardcore speedballing song, but what you do is you do this little cute pop thing, and with the stature and the coolness and the hipness of Bowie, you got it made. So I went there timidly, and I played that for David, and I thought he was going to say, what are you doing to my cool rock and roll song with Iggy Pop and blah, blah, blah. And to my surprise, David went. That's fucking genius. Nile, play that again. And I went. Because at that point, I had already explained to David about, not quite about DHM, but I had told him that my formula for getting hit records is that I always started my song with a chorus. I always started my song with a hook. Chorus and hook are sort of interchangeable. And David said, well, I never start my songs with a hook. And I said, but you told me you wanted hits. So if you think about Let's Dance, the first words out of his mouth in Let's Dance, other than the is, let's dance, right? Every song I've ever written goes, do-do-do-do, we are family, or, I'm serious, every single song goes, the first words you hear are the hook of the song. Dance, 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 or everybody dance, do-do-do-do, clap your hands. 1, 2, freak out. Exactly, so all my shit's are like that.
To Everybody Dance, can you tell us Everybody Dance story? Because that was like, that was kind of indicative of kind of Chic's ascendancy, wasn't it? When you played Everybody Dance and it went into the club and you didn't know about it, and you walked into the club, which they didn't let you into at first.
Right. Well, that was actually you got a great mind. He's actually putting two stories together. It's like, yeah, man, come on now. let's get through this bad boy.
I'm mixing up the Freak Out, Studio 54.
Right, but you're right.
I'm remixing. I'm remixing the book here. Like,
right. So yeah, we went there when we first cut Everybody Dance. We actually didn't know that the friend of ours who took us into the studio had made it into 2 discs, 2 acetates, and was playing it at a studio, unbeknownst to us, for 3 weeks. And in just 3 weeks' time, it became the #1 song in that club. And the other story that he's putting together, which is fantastic, I love it, bro. You're the man. He's moving, man. And the other story is after we had done that song, Everybody Dance, Grace Jones fell in love with it. She thought it was clever because Grace Jones, like Bowie, they're these next level thinkers. So they can do pop music and they can get hits, but it's never the average pop hit. I mean, think about it. Grace Jones, her songs, when they become hits, they're not just your average, you know, it's not like, I'm not dissing the Spice Girls, but let's diss the Spice Girls. You would never hear Grace Jones go, if you want to be my lover. You would never hear David Bowie go, if you want to be my lover. I mean, it's just like, so there's a level of pop, there's a level of pop culture and a level of it's almost disruptive. A Bowie pop hit record is disruptive. It changes the charts. It stands out. Yeah. A Grace Jones pop hit record stands out on the charts. That's what I've always that's where I come from. My MO. I mean, if you look at the chord changes to Everybody Dance, I showed people the chord changes last night. They are the jazziest, freakiest, weirdest chords in a pop song. You can't even sing if you want to be my lover or whatever, you over that kind of stuff. But you can sing doo-doo-doo-doo. So, I came up with this way of making pop music, but you could still walk down the street and hold your head up high. You didn't feel like a sellout. You didn't feel corny because I couldn't make Bowie feel corny. Actually, he wound up feeling a little guilty, but not corny. He never felt corny. Actually, when we got to like 11 million or something, Bowie selling 11 million records, that was unheard of. 10 million, 9 million, 5 million, 3 million was unheard of. So to sell 11 million records was just completely outrageous. But anyway, the story of Le Freak was what happened is Grace Jones was in love with our song, Everybody Dance. And she figured that if kids could write something like that, what could they do for her? But she insisted, in order for us to understand who she was as an artist, we had to see her live show because that's Grace Jones. That's who she is. It's the live, it's the holistic, it's the big picture. So she invited us down to Studio 54, and she told us, now we didn't meet her face to face, we only spoke to her on the phone. So we had never heard Grace Jones speak. We had never seen an interview or anything like that. We just knew her records. And on her records, she just sounds like Grace Jones. Odd a little bit, but when she speaks, she goes, darling. Like a cross between Marlene Dietrich, Bela Lugosi, and it's just weird. She's like, there is no one on earth. Like, so it's not even an accent, it's some affectation, it's some weird thing that she's created to be her, and it's now her. It's like she's solidified it in her head. So when she speaks, she goes, Nile, I love you. So she says, this is what you do. You knock on the back door and you tell them that you're personal friends of Miss Grace Jones. We're new, like we have one album out. So we thought this was like the old rock and roll thing, you know, like Van Halen. Okay, I put the green M&Ms here and the brown M&Ms. I mean, we didn't know what it was, so we thought we had heard about all these weird things, you know, like with Duran Duran. I hope I'm not giving a secret away, but when you call up for Simon Le Bon, you ask for the Marquis de Suede and all that kind of stuff. So we thought it was that kind of thing. So so we knock on the back door of Studio 54, and the guy opens the door. Yeah, what do you want? We are personal friends of Miss Grace Jones. And meanwhile, we're dressed in like, you know, Payal, man, like, you know, Giorgio Armani, man, Terry Mugler, we like happening. I got like Maud Frazon, black suede shoes with blue piping around. We're like the shit, man. We're personal friends of Miss Grace Jones. And the guy slams the door in our face and goes, oh, fuck off. And we thought, wow, what did we do wrong? What? We're personal friends of Miss Grace Jones. Man, fuck off. And then finally we said, no. We're banging on the door. And he comes out and he's really pissed off. And he said, man, you don't get the fuck out of here. So we realized that it wasn't the act. Maybe we got the accent wrong, so we just tried to explain to him like ourselves. No, seriously, Grace wants us to produce her next album. Now, if you put it in context, he was right. I mean, think about it. We're brand new. Nobody knows who we are. We have one album which has 2 hit songs on it. the second of which is Everybody Dance. You know, we're not like tearing up the world yet. So he told us to fuck off, and he was quite serious about it. So in those days, music for us was as much important recreationally as it was our livelihood. I mean, we made our living playing music, but we also, it was our form of fun. We jammed for fun. Almost like when you guys were walking in here and I was like having a good time. Like playing music is fun to me. So we started jamming on this riff, and we were going down, down. Oh, actually, I can play it now. Yeah. I can actually do it instead of just saying it. Like we were going. And I was just jamming at first by myself, and Bernard heard, and he was like, and we were just getting all into it, and we go, and we were just into it going, and then finally I started going, ah, because this is what the guy said. He told us, fuck off, so we were just reliving it, and we were going, ah, fuck off. Fuck Studio 54. Fuck off. Aw, fuck off. Fuck Studio 54. Fuck off. And we were so into it, we're going, if a cab driver cuts you off, fuck off. And if your mother says go to school, fuck off. And we were so into it, and kept developing and developing and developing. We wrote a bridge, it was clever. And then finally Bernard said, in a way that only Bernard, he was just phenomenal. I miss him so much. But Bernard looked at me and he went, my man, you know this shit is happening. And I went, nah, we can't get fuck off on the radio, man. This was